I want to illustrate for you some of the absurdity of some of the attacks I get on social media for the material that I post. Now, I've been blogging TriMet for a good many years. It is a main source of entertainment for me. I thoroughly enjoy following all the material. I enjoy watching the personalities. And yes, I'm a very extreme critic of the agency because I've always felt that TriMet gets away with so much shit that they don't have a right to get away with. And it's driven me to the edges of extremism when it comes to my blogging and how I portray the agency because there's such a huge voice that they just roll over anybody who has any voice that's not on their side. And they have this whole cult of Portland on their side. There is a cult of Portland, and TriMet is part of that cult. This carefully manipulated public relations campaign that's gone on for decades, creating this idea that somehow Portland is this transit nirvana and this green capital of the world. And basically, it's all a bunch of bullshit, okay? It's all hype, it's not true. It's crap, okay? Now, you go downtown, you'll see trains going everywhere, and to the casual tourist, will go, oh my God, look, there's a mountain in the back, look at all the trains, it's so pretty, blah, blah, blah. But, I drove TriMet for 15 years. I lived in Northwest Portland for 20. I know more about the situation in Portland than the casual tourist. Now, certain personalities, one of them being my pal Adrian Hall, loves to find any little thing that they can in order to criticize me. And today we had a very typical dispute with Adrian. Now, in that tweet, he's challenging. He's saying that I'm misrepresenting the facts. If you look at that, he's saying that I'm misrepresenting the facts of TriMet's publication. Now, what TriMet has done there is that they have calculated out the revenue, the monthly boarding rides in consideration of the amount of revenue hours provided. They have provided a statistic which takes into account the amount of time TriMet is on the road and the amount of boarding rides for the amount of time they're on the road. And that very clearly says that in fiscal year 15, there was 61.53 boarding rides for the amount of revenue hours on the road. And in fiscal year 16, it's 58.36. That is a decrease of 5.15%. But here you have Adron in the tweet that I posted there telling me I need to work on my understanding of statistics. Oh no, he's saying it's 0.75 decrease. He's doing exactly what TriMet does. He's completely fabricating what he feels he needs to fabricate to try to paint me into a corner. This is what all of my critics do. They fabricate whatever they want and they lie. Okay, that's what he's doing. He's lying. He's telling me that it's a decrease of 0.75. Now, furthermore, TriMet has this habit of trying to split all of its ridership statistics into different categories because what they're trying to do is how do we figure out how to make this look good? This is what they're doing. Okay, now I know what they're doing. I've been following them for years. I understand what they're doing. I'm in their heads at least a little bit, maybe not completely, but a little bit. There's no doubt about it. They have to find a way to project positive because what TriMet does and all of the TriMet apologists do is they will just project the image that they want and they will just keep pouting on it. Remember, like catch the orange, catch the orange, catch the orange, MLR, MLR, over and over and over. This is government. This is what government is doing. This is a form of brainwashing. Just trying to find ways to project the image they want and never acknowledge that there's anything wrong. Never will acknowledge anything wrong. And see how much trouble they've gone to make sure they never mention my name, okay? They know I'm here, and they know, okay, I might be a minor blogger, and I might be stuck out here in the outer reaches of the internet and completely rejected by the mainstream and all kinds of people think I'm nuts, etc. But they know I'm here because I provided a lot of documented evidence to debunk them, whether they like it or not. And me and my little band of bloggers, and it's just a very small group of us, have developed very advanced tools, and more tools than I've seen anywhere else in the country, actually, to actually monitor the transit system here. So what these people do, and that includes, they will just talk about the positive things. They will find ways to make the statistics look the way they want. And what TriMet does with their ridership statistics is they cut them all up in pieces. Like, okay, we have peak riders, we have off-peak riders, we have weekend riders, we have weekday riders, we have weekend riders. So they cut all these things up rather than just saying our ridership was this. No, our weekday ride, our peak hour, this is intentional to try to make them look better than they are. Okay, it's completely intentional. But yet people like Adron here and all these armies of TriMet slash Portland apologists, oh gee, we're great. This Portland is so great. Portland, we're great, we're great. They're so attached to this idea that something is somehow so cool about the place they're living, which is Portland, that they can't separate from their own myth. They can't see behind the curtain here. Okay, there's a curtain, public relations, and then there's reality. Okay, Adron Hall. Okay, he's a tech guy. He's part of the elite tech. The tech people in our culture are the elites of the working class. Okay, they're treated differently. Everything is different for them. They get jobs anywhere. They can travel all over the world. All the rest of us have to work. I mean, in real jobs. People like Adron have no right to tell people like me what's happening because they don't even understand what we have to face every day. So this is my debunking of you, Mr. Hall. Okay, you want to jump my shit? It's your shit that needs jumping.
All right. So what's the purpose? What's the purpose of this? You're going to show me how wrong I am. Is that the purpose of this meeting?